Hello everyone. Okay. Hello again. Here's Sophia Saad. I'm gonna continue talking about modernism, themes, and characteristics. Let me ask you a question. What's the difference between themes and characteristics? What's the theme of this cake? I can say it's a birthday themed cake, it's a children themed cake, it's a cute cat themed cake. So I look to the main concept of this cake. I look for the general idea of this cake. What about the characteristics of this cake? What makes this cake stand out? Maybe because it's fluffy, moist, multicolored, or layered. I looked for the feature that make this cake stand out. When we are talking about themes, the theme is the main idea or the underlying meaning of something. When we are talking about characteristics, we are talking about feature or quality belonging typically to a person, place, or thing and serving to identify them. So you will identify this cake by its color, its flavor, its shape, etc. Themes of modernist literature, or the essential themes in modernism. We have alienation, conception, and transformation. We can also add worldwide distraction, search for the truth, lost faith in God, effects of world war, rejection of social systems, need to reflect the complexity of modern urban life. Theme of alienation اللي هو الانطواء أو الاغتراب. Alienation is an essential theme in modern literature as it responds to World War I. Modernist writers' impact on the effects of war in terms of disconnection. الناس بعد الحرب العالمية الأولى، الكتاب بعد الحرب العالمية الأولى صار يعكسوا تصرفات البشر كيف صارت بعد الحرب. الناس صارت تنطوي على نفسها، صار نوع من الخوف، من الاغتراب، حتى والناس عايشة مع بعض بس كأنهم عايش كل واحد فيهم عايش في الحياة الخاصة فيه. Alienation equal disconnection and isolation. Characters are estranged from each other because each lives in a world of her own making. It's like here, in this picture, you can see this red one is living his own world. He's isolating himself. He's disconnecting from his surrounding. So this is the meaning of alienation. Theme of conception. سمة الاستهلاك. Another important theme in modern fiction is conception. In the 20th century, capitalism expanded across the globe, and fiction reflects this expansion by portraying consumer culture access. من بعد ظهور الرأسمالية صار الناس صار في الكثير من البرودكتس والانفنشنز في كثير أشياء، فصار الناس عندها جنون الاستهلاك. كل حاب يشتري، الكل حاب يستهلك. الحاجة هذه انعكست على الأدب، لأنه إحنا we know literature is the mirror of society. So هذه اللي هي consuming culture access ظهرت في كتابات الكتاب والروائيين. ثقافة الاستهلاك الزائد. The narrative portray characters who are addicted to shopping. The leading protagonist shops in order to avoid thinking about death. Theme of transformation أو سمة التحول. Modernist artists are known for refashioning classic or mythical forms. يجيبوا القصص الكلاسيكية القديمة يعملوا لها refashioning، يحطوا فيها البصمة تاع المودرنزم. The Wasteland is modernized Greek mythology by alluding the Greek gods in the context of the modern scenes of war. هي كانت أصلا الميثولوجي كانت تتكلم عن الآلهة اليونانية، الكاتب جاب الآلهة اليونانية هذه وحطها في السياق تاع الحرب اللي هو شافه، اللي هو كان جزء منه يوم الأيام، فحط البصمة تبعه. As a summary, we talked about themes of modernist literature, alienation, conception, transformation, and these kind of what happened after the war themed. Okay? Themes. And we said theme is the main idea or underlying meaning of the modernism. Then we'll talk about the characteristic or the feature, the quality in modernism. What make modernism stand out? Okay, like the cake. The main characteristic of modernist literature: individualism, experimentation, uncertain about outcome, arrange events out of chronological order, ending left for the readers, absurdity, and epiphany. Individualism. Modernist literature typically focuses on the individualism rather than society as a whole. Stories follow characters as they adapt to a changing world, often dealing with difficult circumstances and challenges. الانديفيدواليزم أو الفردية يركزوا على شخصية واحدة في المجتمع أكثر من أنهم يركزوا على السوسايتي أو المجتمع. The second one is experimentation. المودرنزم كانت مليئة بالتجارب وكسر الروتين وكسر التقنيات اللي كانت في الحركة اللي قبلها، فكانت مليانة بالexperimentation. Modernist literature employed a number of different experimental writing techniques that broke the conventional rules of storytelling. From these techniques, we have the stream of consciousness that we will talk about later. متنسوهاش. Stream of consciousness. Epiphany. Epiphany in literature refers to the visionary moment when a character has a sudden insight or realization that changes their understanding of themselves or their comprehension of the world. يعني لما نقول لحظة إدراك. Epiphany equal sudden moment of realization. My whole life has been a lie. It's like this. This is an epiphany. An experience of a sudden and striking realization. Here's some extra characteristics of modernist literature. Like, some writers may also choose to arrange events out of chronological order, or to give readers detail about the past through a character's memory. أحيانا الكتاب ما يرتبوا الأحداث بشكل زمني أو مواكب زمنيا في القصة. مثلا يجيبوا طفل والطفل هذا مثلا يكبر، فاحنا يجيبوه لما كان طفل لما يكبر ويصير شيخ كبير. لا، ممكن جدا القصة تبدأ أصلا هو كان شيخ كبير، بعدين شوي يجيبوا لنا الميموري تبعه ويجيبوا لنا كيف كان في طفولته. فهذه من ضمن السمات اللي كانت بارزة جدا في Modernism. If they are using the character's memory, it's called flashback. If they are giving you an event that give you a hint or that will lead you to something will happen in the future, it's called foreshadowing. The absence of central heroic figure. Concern for larger factors such as social or historical change. The social and historical change تأثر على الليترشر بشكل كبير جدا. فأي شيء مثلا يحصل في الهيستوري أو في التاريخ راح يأثر تلقائيا على الأدب أو على literature. So literature is a mirror of society. Borrowings from other culture and languages. Many modernist writers rely on literary devices like symbolism and imagery to help the reader understand the writing.